Hi everyone, welcome to Tonic Studios. My name is Rosh and I am one of the crafters for Tonic Studios, and today I will be making the Petal Perfection gift box. I have already cut all my pieces out and I wanted to quickly go through a couple of things with you that we need to do for this particular box. Now, first of all, you will need to cut out two of your smaller flower panel and then you will need to cut out two of the larger panels. And what you need to do is use a ruler. If I just bring in one of my rulers, bring in a ruler and you're going to mark from one point to the next, and you're basically going to, with a pencil, just mark those lines. So go in from one point to the next, and then you're going to do that again so that you've got a point of reference to be able to then place your circle die and cut the center out like so. Now what I've gone ahead and done is, to ensure that my two panels stay in place, I've marked my bottom panel and my top panel with a pencil so that I know when it comes to gluing those two panels together, I know my circle in the middle is going to be perfect and central. So that's really important to do for the larger panel. So you need two of the larger panels, two of the smaller panels. You also need to cut out 8 of these panels. I'm just hoping I've got 8 here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. So you need 8 of the side panels. This is for your base. You then need to cut out 8 of these panels. This will be for your lid. And you also need to cut out this panel here, and this will go around the inside circle. So this will basically go around the inside of your circle. That's why it has tabs on both sides. In terms of decoration, I've cut out 8 of these verso panels and then the solid panel, so I can layer those two up. So I've cut 8 of each. I've also cut out 8 of each of these two panels, one with the verso panel and then the solid panel. I've cut out my leaves 16 times, and then I've just glued 2 together, so I've got a pair, and I've done that 8 times, so you do need 16 leaves in total for that. And then I've cut out this very small bumblebee in the set in some black card and some marigold yellow, and then I've just put some vellum on for the wings. You also get a ladybird, but I've gone for the bumblebee. So first of all then, if we get the base done, I'll just move all these pieces out of the way. I did forget to mention the fallout pieces from your larger panels, the circle, keep those two because you will need it for the inverted circle that goes into this petal box. So I'm just going to move these out of the way. Now for your panels, you do need to give these a really, really good curve. So go ahead and do that with all 8 panels. And then fold all your semicircle tabs back. And this tab here, just need to give that a valley fold. Make sure you give that a really good burnish, like so. And then you can fold these 2 back, like so. So I'm just going to bring in one of my panels here. I will be using deluxe adhesive. I don't recommend using red liner tape, but if you feel more comfortable using that, then please go ahead and use whatever you're comfortable with. So I've just gone ahead and applied glue to all my tabs. Now for this portion, you need to make sure that, if I do it this way, you need to make sure that that folded tab portion goes into that V point really well, because these do have a very snug fit around those curves on those petals here. So just make sure that is a really nice tight fit, and you're just basically going to press your tabs. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. You're just going to press those tabs down, pushing your panel from the outside, and then just go all the way around. You do need to be very patient with this make, because it does have a lot of curves. So you're just going to go ahead and do that, and then just hold those tabs while they glue down, pressing them as you go round. So then go ahead and apply glue to your tab here on the next panel. You're going to attach this to that first panel. Make sure everything lines up. And just press that down. And then you're just going to go ahead and apply glue to these tabs. And then again, I'm just going to go ahead and secure that first tab. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Secure that first tab and then work your way around that curve. It hugs that curve really well, and it is the perfect fit. So just take your time and then just press all those tabs down. Try and push your panel in as well while you're doing that from the outside. So you've seen me do those 2 panels. You're just going to go ahead and do the rest, and I'll meet you back at this end. So you should be at this stage now where we have the last panel. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply glue to that tab. And again, I'm just going to tuck this in. Just making sure everything is level. Just make sure I push that tab out. Press that tab down, like so. Apply glue to those semicircle tabs. And I'm also going to apply glue to this tab here. And then we're just going to again work our way round. Secure that first tab. And then just press all those tabs down. Before you start gluing that last tab down, just press and glue this portion down. You might need to just go in with the glue again on those last two tabs. And then just press those down. Okay, so now what you need to go ahead and do is where these circle tabs are, you're just going to apply glue to that bottom one, and you're just going to go ahead and press those down, and that will help cinch your points. So again, just go ahead and glue those down, and you're just going to go all the way around. So you should have something that looks like this. Now I'm going to put this to one side, and we're going to now do the lid. So for the lid, before we do the lid, let's glue this down. So this is the second smaller panel. Just applying lots of glue, and then just place that over the top. And then press that down. And go in from the inside and just give everything a really good press. I'm just going to go in with the rounded part of my precision tool and give everything a really good press. Okay, hopefully that secures all your tabs in place. So now we're going to go ahead and work on the lid. Now for this, what I will do is I'll do one panel at a time. So this is going to be the bottom panel. So what I'm going to do is bring in these side panels, give them a really good curve, and then that tab there, that needs to be a valley fold. Just make sure you give everything a really good burnish. Just going to fold my tabs in. So this is where you might need to just remind yourself that this is you're going to be going around this flower. So the inside tabs also will be facing the same way as these side panels. So just bear that in mind so you don't make the mistake of gluing it the wrong way around. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply glue to my tabs. Just making sure I get that point in the right place. Secure that first tab. I'm going to turn this over. Just press all those tabs down. Like so. And you're just basically going to do exactly the same as you did before, and you're just basically going to go all the way around. So I'll do one more panel. So I'm just going to apply glue to that tab there. I'm going to tuck this in like so. Make sure your tabs are level. Then go ahead and apply glue to all your semicircle tabs. And just remember, again, this is a very snug fit, so you do have to just make sure you press those tabs down really well. And then you're just going to go around, putting pressure and securing all those tabs. So go ahead and do that all the way around. Okay, so I have stuck all my panels down, and that's just a loose one here. Let's just stick those down. So now what we're going to do is do the inner portion. Now for the inner portion, I think it's just easier just to glue all 4 panels together. So go ahead and glue those 4 panels together. Line those up, make sure they meet. Because we're going around a circle, this should be a little bit easier to do. And like so. So what we're going to do with this one is we're going to, on one side we're going to do mountain folds, and then on the other side we're actually going to go ahead and do valley folds for all these tabs. So go ahead and do that to all those panels. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to form a circle like this. I'm going to feed that through there like so. And then all I'm going to go ahead and do is start at one end, and if I just secure that first tab, secure that first tab, and then the rest will follow suit. So press that one down, and then you're literally going ahead and applying glue to the rest of these tabs. So lift those back up again. You can probably get them done in one go. Let's just pop them back out. So just go ahead and apply glue to all your tabs and then press those down. When you get to the end, like here, just apply glue to that tab and just press that down like so. Okay. So you should have something that looks like this. Don't worry about any glue bits that you might have got on there, because that will all get covered up. So then what you need to go ahead and do is, I'm just going to do this in one swoop. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply glue around my circle like so. And I'm just going to push this back in. And that should give me a nice neat circle. Just going to go in with my precision tool. And then the other side will just get covered up anyway, so don't worry too much about that. So apply glue to your second circle. And then place that over the top, like so. And that just covers up all your work-ins. Go in again, press all that down. Okay. And now I'm just going to go ahead and apply glue to my second panel here. And we're going to just glue everything down. So this one still has my pencil marks on it, but I'm not too worried about that because my decorative elements will cover everything. Just going to quickly look for my pencil mark. My pencil mark is there. And on this piece, my pencil mark is there. So let's just line those up like so. Flip this over quickly and then just press everything down. I do see that my tab there is coming loose, which is fine. I can quickly add a dot of glue and seal that back up again. Oh, it's not coming loose, it's fine. Okay, so there is my lid. If I bring my base back in, I can then push all that in and that will stay like so. I'm going to bring in my decorative elements. So with these two larger panels, you're just going to go ahead and give them a bit of a curve, like so. You have to be gentle with the verso panel ones. And then I'm just going to go ahead and apply glue just to the tip of that petal. I'm going to line that up. Like so. And I'll do the same with this one. Just apply glue to that bottom piece there. And then line those two up, like so. There we go. I'll let the glue dry on that one. So I'm going to go ahead. I am using variation of colours. So for this I am using pumpkin orange, lilac, I'm using fuchsia pink, I have got some ocean blue, I have got some pistachio green, and the main cardstock here, this is like an ocean blue from my own stash. So you're just going to go ahead and place your petals like so. And you're just going to go ahead and go all the way round. should have something that looks like this. Now you're going to bring in the rest of these petals, and I'm just going to go ahead, place glue on each of these tabs, or panels should I say, and I'm just going to stick that down, going all the way around again. Also have a centerpiece to go in the middle, so I think I'm going to go ahead and stick that centerpiece in. So these are all available in the die set, and what I've done with this one is I've already glued these pieces down, and I've got this decorative element here as well, so I'm just going to go ahead and apply glue to that piece there. You need to join up 8 of these pieces together to form this spider looking decorative element. I'm just placing that there like so. And then I'm going to take this pretty little petal or little flower, and then I'm just going to place that in the middle there like so. These are very bright colours for me, as you know, and I've definitely really enjoyed this one. Really enjoyed this one. Let's just make sure it's central, like so. And then I'm just going to finish it off by adding some of these petals just to break up some of those bright colours. Just going to add those in between those petals there. I think these leaves are also absolutely gorgeous. Just find a spot for our little bumblebee. So where should we put this? Let's put it just there like so, on one of the petals. There we go. And that finishes off my Petal Perfection, should I say, my Petal Perfection gift box. Isn't that absolutely adorable? So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I will catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye.